Hey, this Judging Ways bringing you some Destiny PVP action. In yesterday's video, I kind of showcased some sniping highlights from a match I had. In this one, I wanted to showcase just some shotgun highlights on one of my favorite maps. This is Anomaly, and I tell you what, the first time I played this map, I got utterly destroyed. I mean, it wasn't even funny. I think I had like a 0.3 or 0.4 KD, and I've only played it probably 2 or 3 times. But I decided the next time that I was going to play it that I was going to run a shotgun, because I was like, these hallways are going to be perfect for running this shotgun because everything just gets funneled in here and you have an easier time hitting people. They can't really jump around all that much. I guess in this area you could, but when you get back into that area by the B flag, everything is hallway, 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 and the shotgun works really well. So if you're looking for some shotgun fun, definitely try it out on this map. But don't really want to talk about that. Instead, I wanted to kind of continue the topic that I was talking about, or kind of maybe go in a different direction. I talked about American Sniper, the movie American Sniper, yesterday, and I got a lot of great feedback, a lot of great questions. And one of the questions that I got was, what should be our response as Christians to groups like ISIS and what's going on over there? Now, you know, if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, ISIS, among other things, likes to target Christians and Jews, and they will kidnap people. They will give them a chance to convert to Islam, and if they refuse, then a lot of times they will actually kill these people. And we've seen that today. We've seen that recently. They've just abducted 90 Christians. I don't know what they're going to do with these people. Just recently, they abducted 21 Christians, and they beheaded them all on a beach. And if you've seen in the past, you've seen them do this to children. You know, it's not just male adults. They've done this to children, to women. They actually will rape women and sell these women into bondage and just do a ton of horrible things. And for me, to be very honest with you, when I see these things being done from people of my faith, you know, my initial response, how I would like to respond, is all about vengeance and revenge. And really, that cannot be our response as Christians. And like I said, let me just make this point again. I'm talking about how we respond individually as Christians. I'm not talking about how our government should respond. I'm not talking about how other people should respond or anything like that. I'm talking about us as Christians, what our response needs to be. The Bible warns against getting involved in this revenge thing and just seeking vengeance on people and everything like that. And kind of says to stay away from it. We have a clear example of how Jesus responded to those people that were persecuting him and nailing him to a cross. You know, he prayed and asked for God to forgive them. And the Bible tells us, you know, we should pray for our enemies. So how am I praying? What am I doing? How am I responding right now to what's going on? Well, I'm really praying for 3 things. And the first one is I'm praying for the families of those people that have been killed, those people that have been beheaded. Let me give you, for instance, the 21 Coptic Christians from Egypt that were beheaded. Their bodies, after they were beheaded, were just thrown into the ocean. And if you understand this culture, there are a lot of burial rites that the families like to do when people die. And unfortunately, these families will never be able to do that with the bodies because they were handled in the way that they were handled. So it's going to cause them a lot of uneasiness, a lot of unrest. So I'm praying for peace for these families, and especially just having to see what was going on, but they don't have any kind of conclusion. You know, they can't lay these bodies to rest and do so in a way that they're used to. So I'm praying for peace for them. The second thing that I'm praying for is for the people who are carrying out these tasks, and actually the people of ISIS. You know, this really goes against what I want to pray for. But the Bible tells us in Matthew 5, it tells us in Romans 12 that we are to bless those who persecute us. We are to love our enemies and pray for them. So because the Bible says that, because Christ commands that, I am going to submit my will to that and pray for these people. And I'm not going to say I'm not going to pray for justice or anything like that, but I'm going to pray that these people find Christ and that Jesus gets a hold of their hearts and changes who they are, just like Jesus changed me. You know, I want to see that done. And the third thing kind of goes along with number 2. I'm praying for God to raise up missionaries from this culture, from the groups like ISIS. I'm praying that God brings people out of ISIS and makes them missionaries and witnesses for him. You know, you think about the Bible and you think about a guy named Paul who persecuted the church. He was known as Saul. He went around, he had Christians killed, and then one day he had an experience with Jesus Jesus Christ, and all of a sudden he became an apostle for Christ, became a missionary to the Gentiles. Man, that would be awesome. I'm praying that God raises up some Pauls and gives them great favor to this culture. But that's what I think. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you got any questions. Let me know what you guys think about my shotgunning. It needs a lot of work, but you know, I'm getting there. So, but that's where I'm going to end it. As always though, take care and God bless.